Hey, why Acts 21 today, talking about Paul, and he really wants to go to Jerusalem. But is the Spirit leading him there? Paul loves his countrymen. He loves his fellow Israelites. He loves his fellow Jewish neighbors so much that he said, I would die if they could go to heaven. That was in Romans chapter 9. And in Romans chapter 10, he says his heart's desire is for Israel to be saved. So he loves the Jews, but he's been called to bring the good news of the gospel to the Gentiles. That's his ministry. And so all along his route and his stops and these places that he's at for years, planting churches, preaching the gospel, he reiterates, and you see this earlier in Acts, he reiterates his deep desire to go to Jerusalem to talk to his fellow Jews about the good news. And so he has a couple stops along the way, and his fellow disciples are warning him not to go. He even has a prophet, the same prophet we see earlier, prophesied that if you go, you're going to get beaten up. It's not going to be good. But Paul says, listen, I am ready to die for this. So we see these two things intersecting, which are the signs as the Holy Spirit pointing to don't go to Jerusalem. And Paul is so obsessed and feels called to go to the Jews that he's going to do it anyway. And I think that's where a lot of us feel. Well, we have a passion for something, but is this from the Lord? Is this what he wants me to be doing? Ultimately, here is the good news, that God is in control and the Spirit is at work. And that's what counts. Sure, we should be trying to discern the Spirit. We should be walking in the Spirit. We should be doing that through prayer. We should be doing that through submission to the Word. And we should be trying always to discern God's will. But the major point here is not necessarily did Paul hit the nail on the head, did he do perfectly what the Holy Spirit wanted him to do, because he did end up in Jerusalem and he did get beat up. And at the end of chapter 21, he finally gets everybody's attention and he's about to deliver a speech. And that's for tomorrow in chapter 22. But the big point is that God is in control and the Spirit is working. The Spirit is always at work. And that's what matters. So think about that for your own life. Don't get so caught up in what you should be doing in a perfect way each and every day, but just what you feel called to do, praying, listening for the Spirit, allowing for some margin in your life, and really just chasing after God in the Word and in relationship and in quietness in your day and continually praying. So think about that.